Hello there, Halal Integrated Platform or HIP, powered by Halal Development Corporation, is a networking platform that connects to global halal ecosystem, equipping your business with a competitive edge. As a HIP member, you can engage internal HDC stakeholders and external strategic partners within the halal industry. So, what do you get as a HIP member? Here you go. You get financial facility, market access, human capital development, business capability development, and halal industry support and facilitation. How does industry players can utilize HIP? As a buyer, you can search halal products through our HIP database. As a service provider or financial institution, you can engage with halal industry players. For government agencies, you can offer initiatives and programs. Hey, venture capitalists and investors can also seek for unlisted company to invest. For halal professionals, you can access our database for halal ingredient sourcing. Finally, manufacturers and sellers, join us to promote your products and get connected to global supply chain. What are you waiting for? Join us for free as HIP member. Enjoy opportunities and exclusive access and increase visibility in halal industry. Let's go!
Malaysia's digital journey began more than 2 decades ago when MSC Malaysia was set up to transform the country into a knowledge-based economy. Since then, MSC Malaysia has contributed immensely towards the growth of the nation's digital economy. Our next step is to take the digital transformation from the corridor to the world. Introducing Malaysia Digital, a strategic initiative which will empower the rakyat, businesses and foreign investments. Malaysia Digital will also elevate the participation of Malaysians and local businesses in revolutionizing the world's digital economy. Malaysia Digital opens doors for Malaysians by providing equitable access to digital tools, knowledge and income opportunities. It offers new business opportunities and growth through a supportive digital ecosystem. It also provides flexible and agile investment facilitation to make the country investment friendly. The goal is to drive the digital ecosystem and develop the digital economy to a stage where it contributes at least 25.5% of our GDP and creates 500,000 jobs by 2025.
Malaysia Digital will galvanize public-private partnerships to accelerate the growth of our digital economy and drive positive transformation that ultimately benefit the rakyat, businesses, investors, and also the whole nation.
Establishing Malaysia into a digital nation, one with more adept, stronger and resilient economy, society, and governance. Stepping into tomorrow's digital future today.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Syilda Ismail. Welcome to our second episode of Teh Tech HIP live talk show. Well, it's a thematic and also an episodic talk show, a series of aspiring techpreneurs and founders who will be sharing their journey in helping users in the name of rakyat and ummah as a whole. Okay, it's of course a curtain raiser. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Opening 2023, already February, with more excitements with these collaborations between HDC and MDEC, and of course HIP, and of course the Islamic digital economy. So why do we do this today and the next few months of this year? Because Malaysia is a global hub maturing Islamic finance and halal ecosystem backed by strong talent and Sharia expert. So for the next few episodes, we shall celebrate, promote and showcase inspiring founders across Fintech and Islamic digital economy and of course, halal portfolios. I am joined today with my non-other co-host today, Ruslena Ramli, Director of Fintech and Islamic digital economy of MDEC. Lena, apa khabar?
Baik. Assalamualaikum
Busy?
everybody. Yes, seperti biasa, busy.
Seperti biasa. Okay.
Yes, so
Alhamdulillah. Alright.
Alhamdulillah, super excited on today's topic.
Yes, betul tu. Okay, so we also joined together with Encik Kamarulnizam Mustapha Kamal, founder and chief executive officer of Pewarisan Sdn Bhd of pewarisan.com.
Hello,
Nizam,
hi. How are you?
I'm
Glad to be here.
fine. Okay. We are get to be speaking on Islamic inheritance, eh? Sekejap lagi.
Yes,
Alright.
ready.
Already. Okay, we also have Kamarul Azman Mustapha Kamal, founder and chief executive officer, MyPusaka.info, to be speaking on digitalizing Islamic inheritance management. Okay,
Thank you,
let's start
Syilda
the.
and Lina.
Thank you. Let's start the ball rolling. Today we shall be having, since we have Teh and Tech, of course we're having our Teh, or you guys are having coffee.
Yes.
Lupa nak bawa.
Lina tak tahu.
I was rushing daripada KL tadi.
Okay, tak apa. So let's raise our cups atau mug and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Lena, let's start with Lena first. Why do we do this, Lena? And as you mentioned, as I mentioned just now, Malaysia is a global hub, maturing Islamic finance and halal ecosystem, and we have to be joining our efforts together, telling stories about our founders, Lena.
Yeah, okay. So if I could just recap balik some of the points that we raised in the first episode, and the focus will be on what, why, and how. Okay, so what is Islamic digital economy? Is the digitalization of three main core pillars: Islamic finance, halal, as well as lifestyle. So key to profiling Malaysia's global prominence is to look at our success stories. And today we have Nizam from Pewarisan as well as Kamarul MyPusaka. So Nizam is one of our IDE companies, and I'm looking forward to onboard MyPusaka as well to be part of our IDE community as well. And it's to showcase Malaysia's prominence in terms of the digitalization. So when you talk about lifestyle, apa sebenarnya lifestyle?
Yeah.
So inheritance and how we manage our investments is some of the things that we are going to touch on today, as well as the raising the awareness of the importance of estate management as well.
Yeah.
So some of the, as you know, baseline faraid tu ada dia punya pecahan-pecahan dia in terms of segregation, but those families yang ada perempuan saja, what are some of the options and also the methods available in support of ensuring that all your daughters are also equally part of the distribution of your wealth. And those are some of the key points that we are going to touch on. So what is IDE? Why is it so important? And I mentioned earlier, again, is on the profiling of Malaysia's global prominence, and how are we going to succeed in making Malaysia number one? Is this continued engagement that we have with our industry players, because Malaysia has got a thriving community of technology companies within MDEC. So how can we help facilitate scale of these companies moving forward and ultimately grow them to become global champions, so they can also export their solutions to other Islamic finance communities globally? Yes.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, coming back to our topic for today, digitalizing Islamic inheritance. So Nizam, I think about last 2 weeks I was reading an article addressing about some 70 billion ringgit in assets has been frozen in the country as of 2 years. This is due to what has been described as inefficient management awareness on faraid and then a lot of reasoning. Perhaps you can open up the show today on this issue.
Yeah, all right. Okay, people have been talking about the 70 billion frozen assets. In fact, I was not even aware of it, until about 5 years ago when I started looking at my own inheritance planning. So I was surprised and shocked. I said, "Wow, the amount," and then slowly I got interested and start finding out why. And then a lot of times it's because of lack of information and so on. So, and then when we find out that, we have been reading in news and so on, this is a major social and economic problem affecting every Muslim family in Malaysia. So this is not just some remote problem that we, and so I think it's our duty to actually try to find a solution. So when we went in, we say, okay, we have to find a solution, and one would be to educate. Through education, we have to make it easy and accessible to learn and understanding Islamic inheritance. And we also have to simplify the process. Wasiat preparation is time consuming and complicated. and we need a user-friendly system that is easy to get started. And one of the other issues also, when I start to do my own planning, I find out when we go to the traditional player, the cost is quite expensive. So, it's not affordable. So current providers charge more than 1,500, and this is not something that is for the normal, a lot of people, the common B40 and so on. But these are the ones that will be affecting them. So we have to make it affordable. And also another one, once we have all these things, we have a lot of players coming in saying, okay, we're going to provide you the inheritance document online and so on. But then the problem is that it's not end-to-end solution. So we have on one side the traditional player that providing comprehensive solution and so on, but at a very high cost. And we have another one, online solution provider, but only providing the documents. For us, we say we need to provide an end-to-end solution, not just preparing documents. Because legacy planning or inheritance planning is not just about documentation. It's about planning our whole life and what we want to leave as a legacy to our children, our beneficiaries. So this is something that very important. So we are at Pewarisan very passionate about this, and we are trying continuously exploring on how to resolve this problem.
Okay, so coming back to Encik Azman of MyPusaka, you've been an experienced lawyer before this. Could you also give a reason? Because tadi Encik Nizam was explaining this is the solution that we're going to provide through Pewarisan and also through MyPusaka. And from your experience, could you give the overview of the traditional methodology? Are these people, or the citizenship concerns of the administration weakness on the awareness Azman, perhaps you can give your what is the situational analysis, what is the issue actually sebenarnya?
Okay, from my experience, there are two parties are responsible for this problem. One are the asset owners, okay, like us. Yes, whether we are still alive or we have passed away. Okay. One. Second is waris. Basically, one of the family member passed away and they inherited or have right to the asset. So these parties, what happened? The asset owners, while they are alive, sometimes they fail to earn enough money. Okay. And then even if they have earned enough money, they don't know how to plan their income to buy assets and invest. Or sometimes they have enough money to buy assets, but they bought the wrong assets. For example, they build house on the piece of land that don't belong to them. Okay. And sometimes they also don't prepare for uncertainties like takaful and so on. So if they pass away, they don't leave anything. And the last one is to plan for their inheritance, which is pewarisan. But for planning of pewarisan, like Encik Nizam said, it's not just preparing document. It's a whole set. I always mention, okay, since our pandemic, my keyword is let's do a vaccine pusaka. In dalam vaksin pusaka, there are 5 aspects. First, you must leave behind good enough asset, okay, with a good quality and also the type of asset. Second, you must leave behind, or you have to appoint an administrator while you are still alive. Third, you must leave behind some cash that can be liquidated after you pass away. Why? Because this cash can be used to continue for your family as well as to pay
for your legacy.
For the cost of administration, because the execution of asset requires some cost. Okay, and very important, not the waris to do on their own. They must appoint an expert. Okay, and to keep it simpler. Okay, it's good. Also, you have left behind something in written, be it appointment of wasi, appointment of administrator, your wasiat, your pesanan, or your hibah has to be properly documented. So with all these 5 instruments, you can be assured your inheritance or your legacy can be very smooth. Okay, so back to the another culprit, which is the waris. Okay, what happens sometimes when the family member pass away, they have pusaka to be inherited. What happened? They thought they are smart enough to do it on themselves, and they tried to do it, and they failed. Very important thing, because, for example, I always give you an example. When your family members pass away, even to gali kubur, you appoint somebody who is expert in gali kubur. Even to do the kafan, you appoint somebody who are expert in that process. But
Yeah.
For pewarisan, urus pusaka, why you try to do yourself? You must appoint somebody who can do it properly and with a good result. So with this pewarisan, with this fintech solution, it makes it simpler for everybody and also cost much lower. And I'm very happy with whatever we have now.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, for those watching viewers out there, if you have any questions, you can post the questions. You can put it on our comment section, comment box, or you can also, we are actually airing this in multi platforms in MDEC in HDC. You can just post your questions over there. All right. So back to Lina. When you first met Pewarisan.com, you met Nizam. What was your thought on the ideation and implementation? How Digitalize will help ease this issue, as mentioned by Nizam and Azman just now. And perhaps now you are also inviting MyPusaka to be part of MD. So perhaps you can, elaborate on that.
Okay, but before I jump into your answering your question, if I could just expand on Kamarul Azman punya on the causes of why this is happening, and that clip of 70 billion Muslim frozen asset too is a real issue.
Yeah.
And as someone who is just new to this, right, the first thing is you will ask yourself is berapa? How much is it going to cost me? And a lot of them are not believe that to just create your will could be beribu-ribu ringgit, but in actual fact, through digitalization we have able to lower that cost and allow Nizam and Kamarul to further explain in terms of the low entry level that has helped facilitate some of the mindset shift in support of embarking this journey for wealth family planning. So my first impression of Nizam when I first met him, this was about a year and a half ago, Nizam. So he was already doing so well, alhamdulillah. So and he was profiled in Nigeria. So Nigeria, one of the trust company kat sana. So Nizam's solution is the very first Sharia compliant wealth solution that was adopted in Nigeria. And through MDEC's initiation, because we are also part of the ecosystem in support of providing market access to our technology companies. So he was successful in the Qatar Financial Accelerator, the Qatar Fintech Hub Accelerator. And alhamdulillah, in exchange of being part of the accelerator, Qatar Development Bank acquired a stake in Pewarisan. So these are some of the success stories. So I would say he is our poster boy lah dekat Qatar for our solution for Islamic Faraid as well as IHIBA. So how can we further facilitate more initiation in support of people just being aware? And I think that's the first thing kan, because a lot of people actually tak tahu. They feel that the issue dengan waris dengan harta ni you pandai-pandai lah nanti kan bila when the time comes we will sort it out. But actually there is there is vested interest from the, like for example, so I am a mother to 3 children and my single child, I mean of the 3 satu tu perempuan. So how can I ensure that all my harta is equally given to also anak perempuan I juga kan, right?
Yeah.
And being part of that process in terms of understanding apa sebenarnya pecahan untuk wealth and Sharia law ni, and how can we further strengthen the value proposition of the technology companies that we have in support of helping facilitating to unlock this 70 billion frozen asset.
Okay, I have a question. I have to wear my glasses actually because terang. Anyway, I have a question here just now. Coming here from our Facebook, from Mini Jamie. You were explaining about cost in estate planning, how efficient digitalization this field can help in reducing the cost. Thank you for the question. Perhaps this could be answered by Nizam. Nizam can help to answer that question. Silakan.
Yeah.
Nizam.
Okay. Basically, this will be our, in fact, next topic on the question. What we try to do is we want to we know the current situation, meaning that a lot of people will have to go through a consultant and so on. So what we do is we want people to come into our website and we mimic the actual scenarios. Meaning that when they come in, we'll have our virtual advisor say, okay, this is what I will be helping you, and can I have your name? And then based on that, the virtual advisor will guide step by step. And then the whole process, in fact, after this, I will be showing the whole process until we want to make the experience very not
Seamless.
painful. Yeah, it's seamless and very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Seamless is another thing. This is when my next question is, yeah. Actually, macam ni. Tell me, how does, because we have to understand also the user experience, because as you know, some of your target audience would be elderly ataupun let's say lah, so somebody pakcik and makcik. I don't want to use the word pakcik and makcik. I'm also categorized as makcik already. Who maybe are non-savvy and also even they have phobias in tech. How can you ensure these financial solutions and delivering this into the best digital experience possible, especially to senior communities? That's the word, senior communities. Macam mana tu, Nizam, and perhaps I can answer that.
That's the reason why we start talking to MyPusaka, because when we started this to be all digital platform, and we find out, okay, we have only people who are tech savvy to come in, and then but we have questions something like that. Okay, I have my mother, but then not sure on how even to make payment. Although the pandemic really helped, a lot of people now have online payment, online banking, and so on. So that's why we approach MyPusaka. We say, okay, look, we're gonna have this, and it's something that inheritance planning, we need somebody to actually help and guide them. So we say, okay, look. So in fact, we already discussed last week when we started going live for MyPusaka.online, where we say, okay, look, there will be some people who say, okay, I have the money here, cash. So can you do all these things? Because I don't know how to do this. So this is something that we are addressing with MyPusaka now, where we will allow also offline payment and so on.
Yeah. Okay. What about Azman? Perhaps you can add on into that.
Basically, first of all, I would like to explain about inheritance. It's not just for the old people. So basically, anybody who have start working, they must start doing their planning. But of course, it's not happening now.
Agree.
Okay.
Betul.
So, one. Second thing about inheritance, what this provider provided is a tool. Either can be used by a tech savvy, or can be used by what you call it advisor. What our approach now is to provide some hybrid solutions. So we are using MyPusaka online solution to be used by our advisors. We have a few hundred advisors all over the country who can then approach these people, machi, and then with this tool, they can input the information and so on to make it easier. Okay, I find it very useful because just some background. When I started this company in December 2016, I started using technology, but of course, there's some not as as sophisticated as this one. Because I see the problem. If we try to do the old-fashioned way, the cost will be the human hour. Okay, so we have to cut down. So back in 2016, even we started having affiliate website for our advisors. We produce videos and so on. And now with this with the assistant of Pewarisan.com, we have a much more sophisticated fintech solution where it allows our advisors, one, to provide or share information to change the mindset. You mentioned about mindset. The main problem about this is about mindset. People do not understand the real variety, do not understand the real need of financial planning, what you call it legacy planning. And so this solution really very, very helpful.
Okay, and all these are it is available now in terms of pewarisan. It's best to do it I would say the documentation and the filing up and everything through your desktop or through your phone. Is it mobile friendly, Cik Nizam atau Azman?
All right, can you share the slide number 3?
Sure.
All right, okay. So this is basically the scenario of our application where people would be able to come into our website either through desktop or mobile, and we are 100% mobile friendly, and where they can do the planning. Okay, this is why we want to stop. A lot of people, as Lina was saying just now, is always becoming cost. So here people can come freely and they can subscribe and do the whole planning for free. There was nobody gonna say, you have to pay first and so on. And then the full features is available to them. And then once they are ready, only when they are ready, they are fully satisfied with whatever they have entered, then only they can they pay the our fee, which is only 330 ringgit, and they can
Okay.
download their actual document. And then
Right.
upon death, we have another solution where their beneficiaries will be able to start the process of inheritance asset distribution for only 500 ringgit. And then we have also value added services, like we have 60 lawyers around Malaysia now who will be able to
60
help. And
lawyers.
now with,
Wow.
yeah, and then we have now MyPusaka also to also assist on the end-to-end solution. So, okay, next
See.
slide, please. Okay, we want to make it friendly because from our research, I think about 70% are using mobile devices now. So, and we want to mimic the experience, meaning that when they open, we will have a friendly person who asks you, okay, this is what I can help you with, and then these are the things that we can do. Okay, can I have your name? And then the minute you enter the name, say, okay, thank you, Cik Ahmad. Okay, can you just enter this information? So it's just something like you're talking to a real person. So, okay, enter your male, female, and then number of wife, father, mother, and so on. And then it's smart enough to actually make it very simple. Then, based on whatever input, will give you instant result. People a lot right now, people do not want to register and then enter all this information and then wait for one day to get the result. People want instant. So here we tell you, okay, now based on your calculation, okay, your wife will get 1/4 if there's no children, 1/8 if you have children. So we explain the basis of the calculation. Okay, next slide,
Yeah.
please. Then based on the calculation, we will tell you, okay, these are the calculation. So it's something similar to if you talk to a consultant, they will get you information. But a lot of time when they do not have the system, they say, okay, I'll get all the information. I go to office, do the calculation. I will get back to you. But here
Yeah.
we'll instantly tell, okay, now based on your information, your wife will get 1/8. Your daughter will get this, and then the son will get this. And then we realize, oh, why your daughter get only half of what the son? Okay, that's what Farid law is. So that's why you, based on this information, you start doing your own planning, what you need to do. So then after that, we say, okay, once you have already done this, why don't you start your planning? So we'll ask some simple question, and based on that, we say, okay, what you need to do is you have to have a document, a
Yeah.
legal document to make it valid. So that means we start with wasiat, a simple thing. Wasiat, a lot of people, there's misconception. Actually,
Yeah.
wasiat is to appoint your administrator. Then you can appoint your penjaga harta if you have underage children. Okay, so that's a lot of people missing the point where if let's say for a young, especially young couple, you have a children. If your husband pass away, the mother is not automatically as the guardian for the asset. It will be the husband's father. So that's where the complication will come about later on. So once you are planning, you have all the planning, your wife automatically become the guardian. Then
I think it's
you
quite
can,
simplified, kan Cik Nizam? It's quite
yeah.
simplified through this. From here also we can understand. And this also, sorry to disrupt you, there's actually a netizen who's also asking questions. Is there any possibilities that wasiat can be completed via online platform with a very low cost at the consumer end? Of course, so it's answering her question at this point of time. Kan, betul tak? Okay, continue,
Yeah.
Nizam. Continue.
So basically, what I will guide you. So we have Ida will guide you, and then if let's say you didn't put the IC number, then Ida will say, okay, can you please enter the IC number? So once completed, you do this one, then you can say, okay, print your document. Then that's where when we ask, okay, for only 330 ringgit, you will get your wasiat, you will get your perserahan harta pencarian, and also perserahan pada waris. Okay, this is something that is very, very important because a lot of time when somebody pass away, it is also through personal experience. When somebody pass away, we ask the wife, say, okay, do you have khairat dekat masjid ni, nak mana nak ke bumi, and so on. And then, at that point, I don't think they can answer. But here, when you do the perserahan pada waris, our instruction say, look, you just put in envelope, you tell your spouse, say, okay, in the event I die, first you open this envelope because I have all this information, who to contact, what takaful product I have, what khairat I subscribe to, my assets, my debts, and so on. So it's very simplified. So you have to do this planning in order to make your beneficiaries' life easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shil, if I can also
Yeah.
add, so when Nizam touched on the Kairat, right? So when based on our market engagement with our insurance, also our takaful operators, kalau dia all package together Kairat, dia punya market feedback is very very strong.
Yes.
Because people fikir dulu pasal Kairat kan, and they don't want to membebankan the family. Kalau if anything happens to for me, if anything happens to me, duit nak to manage my character, my children will already be allocated for. So now is to have that same mindset with regards to inheritance as well. So we are in the process of speaking to, for example, dengan PNB, and Nizam was part of the accelerator. Nizam explained
Yes.
to you later. Part of the accelerator, so you beli aja, you tambah nilai for your PNB tu, you are already looking at how do you want to then masukkan kepada your an inheritance punya planning. So how can we do the same progress in terms of market access, partnership collaborations with insurance companies, your investment companies, even speaking to maybe inshallah to EPF also. How can we inculcate the collaborations for opportunities of solutions like this is a part of existing platforms yang dah ada pun, sedia ada within the marketplace, and those are the things that I'm sure Nizam and Kamarul will be excited about lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
All right.
of
Thank
our
you, Lina.
potential
Yeah. Go ahead.
one of the potential partners that we are looking at, what we call the holder of the assets. You're talking about EPF, tabung haji, and so on. So and banks. So they are holding the assets of the Muslim, and then upon death, although you say you are Sharia compliant, but then you have penama. So you give to the penama, but that is not Sharia compliant because penama is actually fact is only the administrator. That's where people do not understand. So we say, why do we package so that all your members will start planning first. So that means you know the difference between your penama and what is the responsibility of the beneficiaries and so on. So that's what we are working
Together.
in the
I mean,
future. Yeah.
yeah, so ideally, the dream is kalau for EPF, right, you buka aja account, you dah ada dah the
Yes.
solution, and you are already segregating. So as you grow to become, and you terima your gaji pun, of course, when you move from one employer, you jump to another company, of course your gaji naik lah kan. So as your wealth grows, naturally you will buy house, beli satu rumah dulu, beli kereta dulu, and then beli rumah, right? So how can we go through that journey with the individual in support of inculcating the values of wealth management?
Okay, if we package together, let's say for example, the company, we're talking about our members are volunteering, giving their information to us freely, meaning that the number of wives, children, assets, and so on. So based on this, we can come up with algorithm. Say, okay, look, based on all this information that you provide us, ideally you should have a 100,000 100,000 death benefit or 300,000 to cover your debts, to cover so that your family can move on. So that's something. So similarly with your EPF or tabung haji. So I said, then if we link together with them, we say, look, at this point you already have, let's say, 200,000 in your tabung haji. So what is your plan? So you need to do this rather than after death. Chances are the beneficiary will go straight to tabung haji, bawa the death certificate, and say, I want to withdraw the money, which tabung haji will say, no, okay, these are the processes. So we want to make it simple so that at the point of bila you dah menabung pun, you know what going to happen after you pass away, and then you make all the preparation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Nizam. Okay, coming back to Encik Azman pula. Okay, I want to ask about regards to disruptive technology. How does this affecting your, traditional industry players? Yeah, and you've been an experienced lawyer. How does this imply the modalities embed into, digitalization, and how can lawyers use these to help them to do their work?
Okay,
Encik
first of
Azman.
all, I'm not a lawyer.
Okay. Right.
I'm not just a business owner. Okay, basically, everybody needs to do some planning. Okay, out there, everybody needs, from young. But however, out there are three types of people. One, IT savvy, who can use this kind of application and do it DIY, which currently not is untapped because no one see them because they are young, they are sedikit kedekut nak bayar and so on, so they are not untapped, they don't do anything. Okay. On the other extreme, they are old, maybe rich, but they are not tech savvy. Okay. But for this kind of people with this application, our advisor are able to use hybrid approach to approach them. And the third group is they have money, okay, they need solution, but they are tech savvy, but they want to manja. So they want to have somebody come and help them. So this solution, okay, is something that required. Of course, it will be a totally different approach from the old method, but this is the way to go. Because if we continue with the old method, it will add a lot of cost because of man hours. Man hours. So with this, whatever that Nizam has shown, a lot of things, the guidance, the advisory are all almost robo advisor. Okay, that cut a lot of cost. And but one thing good about our collaboration between Pewarisan and MyPusaka, we can provide the other aspect. Sometimes these people need some more complicated solution, or they want some more personal services. So we offer also, apart from the basic solution, added value services. For example, they want to do total hiba, they want to do or their cases of the pusaka is very complicated, and that will be an added cost. But of course, the starting point is all at the same level. Everybody come join in, zero cost. They come join as a member. They have all the apps where they can provide information. If they want to do it DIY, by all means. But if they need assistance, we are there to assist them to complete the process. That's what we call end-to-end.
Okay, thank you so much, Encik Azman. So, Lina, how does this impact to the industry? Like, this the disruptive technology, and it's changing the landscape of it. Why players or founders should embrace this now, the digitalization, the transformation, Lina.
Okay, so from a national perspective, it's always about trying to address national problem statement. So on the lifestyle punya sector too, apart from the unfrozen assets, the other thing that we want to also try to unlock is also tanah wakaf.
Yeah.
And within Malaysia ni ada 4 billion worth of tanah wakaf yang idle land. So we have issues with food security. How can we membangunkan tanah-tanah ni in support of addressing what are the needs of our own rakyat, right? So similarly juga dengan what's happening now is the frozen assets. So I mean, in the future, so naturally I think there's only so much that Nizam and Kamarul can do in support of cita-cita yang dulu which is currently being faced, the 70 billion. So moving forward, how can we stop this 70 billion from growing to become 100 billion, right? So moving forward, these are some of the solutions that we want to try to inculcate, and it's all about that change in mindset, awareness. So how can we, together dengan MDEC, together with our founders, together with HTC, we try to expand our market reach in support of and to onboard our Malaysians, not just across the I know Pewarisan is focused on Islamic or Muslims, but there are opportunities for non-Muslims to also be part of this equation also juga, kan?
Okay, thanks, Lina. All right, Nizam, you want to say about that?
Yeah. Okay, talking about the disruptive technology, I mean, one of our challenges was trying to work with the existing industry player. So it's something like when Grab came in, then the taxi association will fight. But people have to realize eventually with all this new technology, disruptive technology, either you have to embrace it or you fight it. So here, I think with our collaboration with MyPusaka, it proved that we can work together. A Fintech company, disruptive technology company, provider can work with existing partner to come up with a better solution. So I think this is good. And also on the same note, I think MDEC have been doing fantastic job in helping the founders like us, and especially Lina. I mean, you have been a very great help. You have brought us to Vietnam, Qatar, Turkey, and hopefully the next one will be Indonesia. So for us, startup company, we need that. We need the exposure. We need the link to the direct partners and so on. And I can't help say thank enough to MDEC and Lina.
Thank you, Niza. So I mean, one of the things that's actually happening now. So through this collaboration of Teh and Tech, Nizam will be supporting HIP Halal Integrated Platform.
Looking forward. Yes, betul.
Yes, you have got 3,000 members already that has signed up. Correct. Yeah. So how can we then further expand the market reach of Inheritance to all the members in all the various organizations that we have leverage on? Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on. I wish to ask you, why do we have I currently Nizam and also Azman complementing each other instead of competing with each other? How does Pewarisan, work together with MyPusaka? So I just need to understand that. How does this complementing each other, collaborating each other, works best for everyone?
Okay.
Maybe Encik Azman cerita, because I want to understand MyPusaka. I understand that it's already live since Monday. So pretty much this is also a launching pad juga for today. So Encik Azman cerita sikit pasal MyPusaka, kan?
Okay, like I said, we started in December 2016 with some kind of IT support, but not as complicated as this one, or most sophisticated as this one. But we started talking with Pewarisan back in 4-5 months back. So when we came in, of course, from our actual perspective of operation, we are able to provide inputs for Pewarisan to really design the back end to accommodate our requirement. Okay, because about Pewarisan, it's not as simple as that. So there are a lot of complexity about to something different that we need to accommodate. That's why our approach is that we are able to tell Pewarisan, look, these are things that you need to tighten and so on. And at the end, after a few months of discussion, I'm very happy to the solution. We are able to use it. Okay, and as well as Pewarisan, they are able to provide a much complete solution. If they want to put it in Dubai, Qatar, and so on, it's all ready because we have tested it and it's workable.
I see. Just Azman, so tell me more about the what is the outcome since Monday it's already live. So tell me your happiness. Share your happiness.
Okay. One of it is that a lot of people, when they come in, they have access to a lot of information. We have we have prepared videos many years ago, but now we are able to put it in the platform so people can see the videos and people can go through the processes from understanding their faraid, and there are a lot of info button that when they click pop up some additional information. So that takes over the role of our advisors, which can be costly. So at the end of the day, of course, we have a few automated closure. So people suddenly sign up, and then we follow up, and then they decided to pay. Okay, but we have one case which one of our advisor went going to see one old lady in Rembau. Okay, where we use a hybrid approach. Okay, we talk to them over the phone and we ask some information, and we will register their accounts beforehand. So when we go to see them tomorrow, so the advisor will bring in the phone and they will assist the lady to input all information and make payment for the solution. So that's something that not available before, and so this is going to be very useful tools for the group that require additional assistance. Okay, like the makcik-makcik, and of course also for people with complicated situation where they need to appoint trustee and whatever. So we will then let them embark into the basic platform first, and then we guide them through the more complicated solution. So this is our experience. So we are happy to use it, and we have seen some very positive results even for the last 1 week or so.
Okay, great. Alhamdulillah. So
can visit pusaka.online.
Okay, yeah, we have it on actually we have it on our crawler there. Those interested to register through Pewarisan, we can go to their website or you can actually download kan Nizam. It's
Tak perlu download. Yeah, you can
Download.
download. You can visit and automatically you can download.
Yeah, www.pewarisan.com and also www.mypusaka.online for more information. Of course, you can register, etc., etc. So we have already been chit-chatting for almost 45 minutes here. Pretty much we're wrapping the show. Just to wrap up and to also to further enhance today's conversation. Lina, what are the requirements?
takeaways.
Takeaways, especially those viewers watching right now. Jom,
Yes.
let's go into this, in terms of players, founders, and also listen to adopt into this digitalization of Islamic inheritance.
Yes. Okay. So I mean, like Nizam has mentioned earlier, his just to register is free, and you can play around with the
Yeah.
algorithm, and you'll be surprised once you key in your details. Family, keluarga, family that you didn't think that you had to share your wealth, you have to share based on the faraid.
Yeah.
It could be your grandmother on your father's side or your grandmother on your mother's side. You don't know until you actually put in all the details. So I would do implore whoever that's listening, go to pewarisan.com, try out the algorithm, and then from there, inshallah, help build a nest egg, not only for yourself, but also
Yeah.
in support of facilitating how you want to list out the wealth that you have for your children and parents or your sisters or your siblings that you want to share that with now and from the get-go. And once you have actually put it down, and it's just one time, so Nizam yang
Yeah.
332 is one time aja, right?
Yeah, one time.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
330 for life. For life. So dulu, I mean, before when I was knowing kenal Nizam, I would have to pay on a yearly basis my will to Amanah Raya. Every year nak kena bayar between 3 to 400. I cannot remember how much it was, but with Nizam's platform, it's only one lifetime saja. But if there is ada pertukaran or there's any changes, assuming dulu when you start, you ada dua rumah, and then eventually as you grow, you ada tanah ke, you inherited from your grandmother ke, your grandfather ke, you can tambah into your will. And to change the will tu berapa Nizam? 50 ringgit je kan?
Yeah, 50 ringgit.
Only
Yeah.
50 ringgit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and it's all about experiential learning, and I think through the additional features that he has also incorporated with the chat assistance, it will facilitate our warga emas to better understand the thought process and also the flow. So happy to even engage with anybody through MDEC, and I pass over back to Nizam and Kamarul to end the show.
Okay, so perhaps Nizam can you just explain or to give your last advice for this show today, Nizam.
Yeah, if you are
Ajak ramai-ramai ni.
technopreneur and so on, please do join come in as a startup, contribute. You have all the talents and so on. And as I say, don't wait like me until 60 to get a startup company going. So please bring in all your talents and we can contribute together.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Nizam also said
inshallah.
that your Rakan strategic, you're open to do partnership and collaboration.
Yes,
We have a lot
jumping
of
on.
partners. We are talking to, for example, cooperative, and right now we are talking to several banks and takaful companies. So any company, organization that would like to join us as a partner, then we can explore the potential there.
Okay. Wahai Kamarul Azman, silakan.
Okay, just a friendly reminder, everybody needs to take vaksin pusaka. Okay,
Yeah,
and we make it easy. Okay, you have to take it anyhow. Even we are young, mid age or dah tua, you must take your vaksin pusaka, and we make the process much simpler. And one thing, when you take your vaksin pusaka, you also open your mind so that you have a better mindset to look at inheritance, not just inheritance, but you have to look at a total legacy planning, which includes financial planning, wealth planning, protection, as well as pewarisan. So you have to be a complete one. So it's not just about writing a documentation. So that is my advice to everybody. For what?
Okay.
So that ekonomi Islam akan lebih kukuh.
Amin, insyaAllah. Okay, let's do it. Okay, all right. For that, insyaAllah, thank you so much for being with us, especially Lina and also Janizam and also Azman. On behalf of HIP, HDC, we would encourage also all of you to be in our ecosystem, be a member of hip.hdcglobal.com, and you can see that on the crawler, and it's free. And let's just be in the bigger halal ecosystem. Let's be in the bigger IDE ecosystem so that we can go together collectively. And also, again, if you are interested to leverage with IDE, there is a link at the comment section. We'll put it on the comment section, on the comment box. And in case you need to have you need to inquire more details with MDEC and also with IDE. All right, thank you so much to the MDEC team also, who has played a huge, significant role in the development of Islamic digital economy and Fintech. Again, terima kasih Lina. Next episode nanti, please bring your coffee or your tea, Lena.
Yeah. I will remember.
Lupa. Thank you, Nizam and Azman, for joining us for today's ideas, and especially the values and mission, masih lagi terletak dalam embedded in this digital journey. This is to serve the Muslim community with the innovative technologies. And that's all from me and Lena. It has been a pleasure. Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Salam. Thank you.
Hello there, Halal Integrated Platform or HIP, powered by Halal Development Corporation, is a networking platform that connects to global halal ecosystem, equipping your business with a competitive edge. As a HIP member, you can engage internal HDC stakeholders and external strategic partners within the halal industry. So, what do you get as a HIP member? Here you go. You get financial facility, market access, human capital development, business capability development, and halal industry support and facilitation. How does industry players can utilize HIP? As a buyer, you can search halal products through our HIP database. As a service provider or financial institution, you can engage with halal industry players. For government agencies, you can offer initiatives and programs. Hey, venture capitalists and investors can also seek for unlisted company to invest. For halal professionals, you can access our database for halal ingredient sourcing. Finally, manufacturers and sellers, join us to promote your products and get connected to global supply chain. What are you waiting for? Join us for free as HIP member. Enjoy opportunities and exclusive access and increase visibility in halal industry. Let's go!
Hello everyone, I'm Mizi, and today I'll be showing you on how you can register with HIP. Let's go! First, you need to register your account at hip.hdcglobal.com. Fill in your email, password, and don't forget to tick the box before you proceed. Click Get Started. Success! Next, fill in your personal details on the user profile page and click Update. Success! Most importantly, fill in all information of your company on the business profile page and click Update. Success! Don't forget to fill in the organization information and click Update. Success! Complete your products and services listing here so that your range of products is visible, and here is the example of a completed business profile. And we are done. Easy, isn't it? Register as HIP member and accelerate your business with HDC.
Malaysia's digital journey began more than 2 decades ago when MSC Malaysia was set up to transform the country into a knowledge-based economy. Since then, MSC Malaysia has contributed immensely towards the growth of the nation's digital economy. Our next step is to take the digital transformation from the corridor to the world. Introducing Malaysia Digital, a strategic initiative which will empower the rakyat, businesses and foreign investments. Malaysia Digital will also elevate the participation of Malaysians and local businesses in revolutionizing the world's digital economy. Malaysia Digital opens doors for Malaysians by providing equitable access to digital tools, knowledge and income opportunities. It offers new business opportunities and growth through a supportive digital ecosystem. It also provides flexible and agile investment facilitation to make the country investment friendly. The goal is to drive the digital ecosystem and develop the digital economy to a stage where it contributes at least 25.5% of our GDP and creates 500,000 jobs by 2025.
Malaysia Digital will galvanize public-private partnerships to accelerate the growth of our digital economy and drive positive transformation that ultimately benefit the rakyat, businesses, investors, and also the whole nation.
Establishing Malaysia into a digital nation, one with more in-depth, stronger and resilient economy, society, and governance. Stepping into tomorrow's digital future today.